really let the knowledge come into you and work through it, you can achieve anything you want to achieve. Hello, 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 Transurfer and the Transurfing Curious. My name is Renee Garcia, guys, and this is TransurfingTV. And today on TransurfingTV, this is a video. This is probably going to be pretty short because it's really just me telling a really stupid joke that I thought was funny. But it's titled Who Wins? About a month or so ago, somebody made a comment in the Facebook group, or made a post rather, that was presenting the question of if two transurfers are going after the same thing, who wins? And my answer, which got absolutely no play at all, I thought it was the funniest, fucking most clever answer ever. I laughed to myself and then it got no engagement after that. Nobody even paid attention to it. But my answer was, I do. I told this to Xavier Watercane and he clearly got it and was cracking up. But like, it got me to thinking about this idea of, you know, and it's not narcissism, because your soul frail ultimately can serve other people, right? Like mine. I mean, I'm self-absorbed to a certain extent, and I want myself to always, like, I take myself into consideration first, always, right? I am now in the habit of asking myself before I ever make any kind of move in my reality, ever, is this good for me? Is this good for me? This has to do with stuff with my boyfriend, stuff with my family, stuff with the transurfing community. This has to do with like any move that I make, regardless of what it is that I'm, you know, what it is that I want the outcome to be. Like, is it good for me? So obviously self-serving stuff, like, you know, wanting to have something for myself, or wanting to become something, or wanting to do something. Obviously, those are obvious. Are those things good for me? And that is the absolute first, like, that's the first stop before I make any move that has to do with anything that I intend to have for myself. But then also when it comes to other people in my life, family, friends, romantic partner, people in general, even transurfing community, if I want to help someone, right? So getting back to the soul frail, it can absolutely be in your little specific code of who you are, your soul frail, to help other people. But in doing that, you are obviously passing the checkpoint that that's good for you, because that's part of your soul frail. So the whole of transurfing is about a number of things. And I know I've been talking about frailing a lot lately because in me writing my transurfing book, I realized the value of frailing yourself, right? Tapping into this frail of your soul, and also really reestablishing a very profound sense of how you get more of what it is that you want in this world when you pull others into your version of reality. You frail them, tapping into the frail of their soul that's in line with the frail of yours. And it's a win-win where not only are you taking absolute care of yourself and making sure that you are the winner in a scenario, but also giving to other people at the same time. And this is like where it's at, in my opinion. I actually saw something really interesting the other night. It was the documentary on Jim Carrey doing the Andy Kaufman movie. And about halfway into the documentary, and Jim Carrey's been a fascinating character, I think, for me to sort of draw upon. He says a lot of things that I definitely resonate with. He is into classical law of attraction. This is pretty widely known. He was on Oprah at the beginning of his career saying that he wrote himself a $10 million check for acting services rendered, and then he shortly afterwards got a few movie roles that equated to $10 million. So he's definitely, and if you watch this documentary, you can see that dude is definitely tuned to the frail of his soul, right? And he's open. He's open to what it is that he wants. He even says at a part in the documentary that he would go out into a field and he would just open his arms out and he would just yell like what it was that he wanted. And he'd just say like, I'm here, like, bring it to me, bring it to me. And there's another part where he talks about when he first started doing impressions. He first started doing impressions and he was getting into the comedy circuit in Canada, and he would get into these different characters and do these different routines. But one night he started asking himself, what do they want? 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 And he said he kept asking himself this over and over and over and over. And he woke up in the middle of the night to, an insight, which is the alternative space. I talk about this a lot, but this is a really amazing practical example of communicating with the alternative space and getting exactly what it is you need in order for you to ensure that you are winning, right? That you are connecting with exactly the knowledge and the information that's necessary for you to fulfill that endeavor. So Jim Carrey, being young, wanting to be successful, being somewhat ambitious, and really wanting to show an audience a good time, kept asking himself, what do they want? 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 And then he woke up in the middle of the night, and the insight that came through was something like, they want to forget about the world. They want to be, essentially they want to like throw caution to the wind and just be in the moment and forget, have all of it fade out and not care anymore, or something along those lines. So then he thought to himself, how do I give that to them, right? How do I give that to them? And then it dawned on him that the way that he was going to give that to the people was that he was going to show the people the embodiment of that exact thing. And this is frailing, this is some deep, deep, deep level frailing of both self and other people to ensure that you win as an individual, and in this case Jim Carrey, that Jim Carrey won as an individual, dialed into his soul frail, but also at the same time giving people that were coming for entertainment exactly what it was that they wanted. And when I listened to this, I thought to myself, God damn, I know exactly what he's talking about. This is me with this transurfing stuff. Now, obviously, it's a completely different sector. It's education more than entertainment. I guess in some ways it's entertaining. But every day I consider multiple times throughout my day, what would you guys use? What would help you guys? What information can I give you that is going to help you improve your layer of reality? What new creative projects, like the trans questioning or the 30 anomalous action challenge or whatever it is that I can think of, what is going to help you coming to this movement? Take whatever it is that I'm putting in your direction so you can use it so I can win, right? if it comes back to you, right? If it comes back to you, and this is where the meat is on the bone of this lesson, if it is in line with your soul frail, if you have an intention that fulfills a higher good for you, right? An intention that is connected to your higher self, if you have generated some kind of idea or endeavor that is a product of your soul frail, who you are specifically as a person, and you can figure out a way to give exactly what you feel others can benefit from, this is how you get exactly what it is that's in line with your soul frail. And it's exactly how you move up to these upper levels of reality. So if you missed that video that I did where I broke down the whole of reality transurfing from the perspective of the soul frail, this is kind of it in a nutshell, right? You are tapped into your ultimate place of your individual character, what it is you're capable of, what is going to make life feel as though it is a feast for you, what you're good at, how you can tap into your charisma, become magnetic, all that stuff, right? When you find what it is that you can do to materialize the version of reality that is in line with the soul frail, your specific soul frail, this is where everything that you want exists. This is the highest lifeline. This is you having money in the bank. This is you having the experience of reality that you want to experience. This is you being in harmony with your environment, with the people in your life. This is where everything is good. So like you figure out what your soul frail wants to do. Okay, so in my case, it's get reality transurfing out to the world. This is in line with my soul frail. This makes my life feel as though it's a feast. This is where I'm in the ultimate mode of the creator. This is where I'm having fun. This is where life is full and meaningful and all that good stuff. Now, how do I actually get that version of reality materialized from this place of my frail? Well, it's through everyone that's coming to me for what it is that you're looking for, right? So you watching these videos, or you reading my content, or you getting a little frequency boost from my dancing videos, or whatever it is, right? It's the people. It's the people, it's your environment. It is what you can give in your external environment that you essentially use as a vessel to this higher layer of reality. Without you guys watching the videos, without you guys, engaging with the content that I'm creating, I'm only living half of the equation. So getting back to Jim Carrey, another good example, him really wanting to help people, take people away from everyday, humdrum realities, suffering, all the things that people don't like about their world, take them away from that and pull them into a world where they can absolutely be entertained. He was going to have to embody that letting go, that other world that was free of all that stuff. Somebody, having very low levels of importance. And it goes into, in the documentary, some of his little routines that he would do. And it showed a person that just didn't give a fuck, right? They were really letting themselves go into that place where a person would ultimately disappear from a version of reality into this little bubble of reality that Jim Carrey was creating, get what it is he was looking for by giving the people what it was they were looking for, and ultimately, in the end, who wins, right? Who wins? And this is kind of like where I think that a lot of people could benefit from maybe tuning out a little bit more from the, what's the nice way of saying this? The meaningless shit. The question that the person had in the Facebook group. If two transurfers are battling for the same thing or going for the same thing, who wins? That doesn't help you create your reality, right? You would benefit more from cycling it back around to how am I going to win, not which two transurfers would win in some theoretical fantasy. And I'm not trying to I'm not trying to down talk the question, but it should all be about how you're going to win, how you can connect or plug into your external environment or the people in your life, the people in your reality, giving them what it is that they are looking for that is in line with the frail of your soul, so you have the ability to work through your external environment by giving to it that is helping you to achieve what it is you want to achieve in your layer of reality. It's advanced transurfing, and if you can find this place inside of you, this specific, very delicate little code of who you are as an individual, and listen very deeply what is intended for you, what is going to help your life feel as though it is a feast, what is going to help you to feel as though life every day is a celebration. Pull others in your world into this scenario where they benefit. And it's like what do you call it? When people crowd surf, when somebody jumps off of a stage. That's what Jim Carrey did, right? He jumped off of a stage, everybody caught him, and they moved him along. I'm jumping off of a stage, y'all are catching me and moving me along to the version of reality that I'm intending to achieve. And it's in this dance between what it is that's intended for you specifically as an individual, how you can give to others in your world where they are going to assist you in you getting what it is you need in order for you to elevate to higher lifelines. And then you're the winner, right? And everybody else wins too. It's like a fucking magic trick. And I love it. I love reality transurfing. Oh my God. 6 years in and I'm just like in love with it just as much today as I ever have been. And I hope you are all as well. It is a really powerful, powerful thing. If you take the time to learn it and you really let the knowledge come into you and work through it, you can achieve anything you want to achieve. And I'm feeling it right now. So thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it and have a good one. Bye guys.